For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Team Road to Glory here on the Chesnoid Gaming channel. This is part 23, I think, of the series as a whole, but part 2 of last weekend's games in particular with regards the weekend league, of course, with the Premier League restrictions on it. Minimum of 16 players in your starting team and or substitutes as well, and I just built myself 2 Premier League sides and just rotated them for fitness, so I had 22 Premier League players, so it wasn't really that much of an issue for me. Did come up against a few people that had a couple of non-Premier League players in there. In fact, I came up against one guy, I think it may even be the last game in this video, where a guy had paired up Dybala and Higuain up top, which was actually a very good idea, with the Argentine Roberto Pereira from Watford sat behind them at cam, which actually works very nicely. But as you can see here, we won the first game of the day by 2-1. After the first part, the first 20 games, unfortunately we found ourselves 9 and 11. I was constantly rotating the side and selling players on, bringing new players in, finding out that they didn't work either, and then moving them on to bring in other players as well. It was a little bit of a merry-go-round, to be completely honest, with regards the transfer doors at the club. But I did eventually settle on a team and started to put together a nice run by the end of the weekend. So unfortunately, I just couldn't really find my groove with a Premier League team. I've always struggled with Premier League teams, to be fair. The only time I found that I haven't struggled with a Premier League team is on actually my main account this year, ironically, with an extremely strong Premier League side that costs like 1.5 to 2 million coins. Other than that, like normal Premier League players, I've never gotten on with. So I wasn't overly surprised that I struggled so much in this particular weekend, or at least on the in the first opening 20 games. So I'm actually hoping to do quite a little bit better with the La Liga and Bundesliga stipulations for the upcoming weekend. So hopefully we can do better than we did on this particular one. Of course, not this weekend just gone, but the weekend before that we got 21 wins. And obviously at this stage, I think we're pushing towards getting into Silver 1 with regards our overall ranking at this particular moment in time. I think we had 9 wins yesterday, and that's 2 games down today. So that's us on 11, and Silver 1 is 14. You can see a lot of sides actually weren't that strong, but because there is a finite number of players in the Premier League that are actually good enough to warrant putting in a team, you did find yourself coming up against a lot of the same players time and time again, which is, like, I understand why they do it with regards to putting the restrictions on the FUT Champions weekend, so that it makes it more of a, well, I say it makes it more of a level playing field. It kind of doesn't, because that means that you aren't able, like, you could sign an 87 rated player from a not very popular league for quite low amount of coins, whereas when they make it solely at one league like this, if you don't have that much money, you end up actually being at a disadvantage. I think the intent is to make it more of a level playing field, but it just means that the players from that league, their prices become more inflated, and those of you that don't have that many coins, like we don't on this RTG account, actually end up getting screwed over, because you have to go for the cheaper players who are actually inflated in price, and those players that were kind of at the mid-level actually go out of reach at the top level with regards to their prices. So it actually makes it more unlevel a playing field, a more mismatched playing field. But thankfully, we were able to get ourselves a goal to go in front here just after half-time, thanks to Yaya Toure. He's the most expensive player that we've brought so far in this entire series, costing me close to 30,000 coins. Now, I'm hoping that with the money raised from this weekend, we'll be able to sign a couple of players that are perhaps more expensive than that for the upcoming weekend, because it's Bundesliga and La Liga, but of course we already have a Bundesliga 11, so I might be able to even strengthen that 11 and build a half-decent La Liga side, or, considering we're quite comfortable with the Bundesliga 11 we've got at present, I might be able to build a half-decent La Liga side to go into the upcoming weekend. Although, again, bearing in mind that La Liga prices are currently inflated anyway because of the Luis Suarez League Squad Builder Challenge, and with it being La Liga this weekend in FUT Champions, then their prices have gone up by an extra little notch as well. I've been able to take advantage of it on my main account because I'd actually built a La Liga team prior to the restrictions being announced on the kind of the schedule, I suppose, of the weekend league. So I was actually able to make profit on a side that I built on my main account by about 200,000 or 300,000 coins. But unfortunately, on this account, we're going to have to just end up paying through the nose for La Liga players. But hopefully, we'll be able to still build a decent enough team to get us some good results. This game in particular, I smashed this guy, but it had to go down to penalties for me to be able to get the win. Thankfully, we were able to get the win, so we weren't too concerned. This guy just threw Luis Suarez up top. Built an average-ish, to be fair, Premier League team with players like Heung-min Son in there, Phil Jagielka and Ashley Williams at centre-back. Not your obvious pairing. Steve Mandanda in goal, not the go-to for the league either. And then just threw Luis Suarez up top. Like, I personally would have said, sell Luis Suarez, unless perhaps it's a free, an untradeable, in which case fair enough. But I would have said sell Luis Suarez and build yourself a stronger Premier League side. But never mind, we went 1-0 up in the second half there, I think it was. And then Yaya Toure, no, I think it was the first half actually. Yaya Toure, no, it must have been second half because this is the same end. Yaya Toure's free kicks are deadly. He's absolutely brilliant from a set piece. I've got his man of the match card, the 80, oh, now it's testing it, 87 rated, I think he is, the orange card. And he is incredible. I scored a couple of 40-yard plus free kicks with him on that account. It's absolutely brilliant. I do love taking a free kick with Yaya Toure, and I will miss him in this upcoming weekend, actually. Front line of death there for this guy, though. Aguero, Sanchez and Willian. So dangerous as a front three. He was going to get me on the counter-attack here at the end of the first half. Obviously, you can see in the top left, his shortened team name is AA9. It wasn't AA9 skills. Obviously, he was in Miami for the regionals in America, so it definitely could have been him. And I'm pretty sure AA9 would have had some better players in there, or some more special cards in there, had it actually been him that we were coming up against. But we were able to get ourselves back on level terms there. And then just before the end, I actually got a little bit lucky with this goal. The ball comes in from Memphis. Mkhitaryan, great turn, good shot off the post, and then three players there just can't get rid of it. So Mkhitaryan, after falling over after having his initial shot, just gets back up and then toe pokes it over the line, and we ended up getting a 2-1 win. I felt quite sorry for the guy there because it was an extremely even game actually, but never mind. I'm pleased enough to come away with the victory. So we'll head into the next one. Now this team and this game were unbelievable. This is probably the craziest comeback I've had. We had a mad comeback, didn't we, in last weekend's FUT Champions, where we were 4-1 down in the 76th minute and ended up winning it on penalties after making it 4-4 before the end of 90 minutes to make it 5-5 after extra time. But this guy was very good at the game, and a brilliant goal there from Felipe Coutinho. The scoop turn sent me completely, and he banged it tops from outside the box. Begovic with a good save there, but Kevin De Bruyne with the acrobatic effort to make it 2-0 after just 20 minutes. This game is kind of a reason to say never give up in a game. Just, you know, you go 2-0 down after 20 minutes. Some people would have rage quit then. You go 3-0 down 2 minutes after half-time in frustrating circumstances, and a lot of people might have quit there, but I didn't give up. I knuckled down. I just put my maximum concentration face on and ground out the result. Lucas Squez is back in here to Jordan Henderson after he unfortunately hit the post with the first effort. That's in the 63rd minute. 5 minutes later, Wayne Rooney on his way through. Good save. Lucas Perez gets the header on target, and it is going to go in thanks to the rebound to him. Now we're 4 minutes from time. It's 3-2. Sadio Mane racing through here. Played it into Jordan Henderson, beats the defender, slots it into the bottom corner. In the 88th minute, by the time it actually trickled over the line. And you could tell that this guy was absolutely panicking at this stage. He just couldn't cope with the pressure of me coming back at him like this. Rooney makes a great run. He's in behind. 93rd minute, we win by 4-3. I perhaps shouldn't have celebrated in quite such an extravagant manner, but as you might well imagine at that particular moment in time, after being 3-0 down, not really having a sniff in the game in the opening hour or so, to come back to win 4-3, I was rather happy. We are 1 win away now from Gold 3 and automatic qualification for next week's tournament, or next week's weekend league. Of course, you get automatic qualification if you finish inside any, or just from Gold 3 upwards. So you get 18 wins in FUT Champions, you will automatically qualify for the next week and not have to play in any of the daily knockouts. And that's how we've been working things on this account the past couple of weeks. Rooney gives this guy a 1-0 lead there, though, with a very good header. And the celebration that he did after he scored that overhead kick against Manchester City a few years ago. Lovely finisher by Daniel Sturridge, though, to give us an equaliser literally 5 minutes later in-game. We were going to take the lead just before half-time. The ball played out wide here to Mkhitaryan, who I brought back to the club. Of course, we used him as a loan player earlier on. And after testing out Riyad Mahrez and not really getting on too well with him, I saved up, bought myself a Mkhitaryan, and he was very, very good for us. Yaya Toure tucking that one away to make it 2-1. He gets the ball back here, though, in the midfield. Lacazette into Willian. It's really good football from him. 1-2, just tearing my defence one way then the other. Great through ball. Lacazette slots it home nicely. 2 to make it 2-2. He then celebrates in a similar fashion to I did when I went 4-3 up in the previous game. And then in the last couple of moments, a poor clearance. Kante heads it down. Don't know what the defender was doing. Sturridge slots it home 3-2. And that is why I really, really enjoy playing with Daniel Sturridge. In situations like that, the extra pace, the good dribbling feet, and the clinical finish in front of goal made the difference for me for the rest of the Ultimate Team weekend. I only played 15 games with him out of the 40. Had I played all 40 games with Daniel Sturridge, I may well have flown up into the latter stages of Gold 2, perhaps even into Gold 1, which is something I've not yet achieved on Ultimate Team FUT Champions so far this year. I've played 2 weekends on this account. We got 21 wins last weekend, and we got, I can't remember, I think I didn't play the whole weekend, did I? I've only done the full weekend on this account once, which was last weekend, and now twice this weekend, where we ended up, spoilers, getting 20 wins, because this is the penultimate game, and we're going to make it 19 wins with this one, and there's one more after this to make it 20. So on my main account, I've gotten 23 and 24 wins. So, sod's law, this upcoming weekend with Bundesliga and La Liga, I'm aiming for a minimum of 22. So I'll have had 20 and 21 on this account, and 23 and 24 on my main. So if I get 22 on this account in next week's FUT Champions, then that will be us basically kind of showing the way, shining the light on the doorway that is Gold 1, with 25 wins being the target after that. But I'd love to get Gold 1 next weekend with the Bundesliga and La Liga side, because yes, La Liga has a lot of informs, and obviously the team of the years that you could come up against as well, with people that have a lot more coins than we do on this RTG account. But I tend to suit playing with La Liga sides because obviously it's a very pass-heavy league, and my style of play is very much based around players with good dribbling and good passing. So I'm hoping to do quite well. I'm probably jinxing myself by saying something like that, but I would very much like to achieve Gold 2 as a minimum this upcoming weekend. And fingers crossed, with good packs from our rewards this week on Thursday for Friday's episode, we'll actually be able to build a really good La Liga side that could give us the chance, the best possible chance, of reaching the high reaches of the gold tier. I don't think, well, even on my main account, I think I'd struggle to get to elite, and especially with lesser rated players on this account, I don't think we'll get elite. Definitely not at this stage of the year, at least. But next year, well, either later on this year in FIFA 17, once we've raised more coins, or in FIFA 18, when I start the Road to Glory right at the very beginning of the year, I'd very much like to be able to be kind of consistently finishing Gold 1 and pushing Elite on the regular. That's my aim, to try and improve, because obviously I've not played Ultimate Team for 3 or 4 years, really, to any real extent, because I've solely concentrated on career mode for the YouTube channel. But I'd very much like to get back into Ultimate Team regularly, like we have done the past couple of weeks. I know these videos get less than half the views of my career mode stuff, but hopefully over time more and more people will check them out and they'll become more and more popular, and fingers crossed it could become a stable series here on the channel. But as you can see, we were 1 win away from Gold 2, unfortunately, but not to worry, we are still going to get some decent rewards. I think 30,000 coins we'll get for finishing in Gold 1. You can see there the stipulations for next week. Exactly 18 in your starting 11 and subs from La Liga and or the Bundesliga. And the weekend after that is actually completely open, so we could build a hybrid for that week, should we decide to do something like that. But what we'll get this week is 30,000 coins, 2 mega packs, which are the 35k packs, not the rare mega packs that obviously we get for the for finishing in Gold 2, the 55k packs. We actually get a rare players pack, which is a 50k pack. So we get two 35k packs and a 50k pack, so it's actually not that bad. They're still very good rewards. I'd love, though, to finish in Gold 1 and get 200k packs. That'd be absolutely brilliant. I think Gold 2 is the aim for this upcoming weekend, to reach Gold 2 again. And if we can push Gold 1, then I'd be delighted with that. But that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Do make sure you drop the video a like if you enjoyed. And let me know in the comment section down below which players you think I should look to pick up for the La Liga and Bundesliga stipulations this upcoming weekend. Obviously, you know the Bundesliga team already, but I could perhaps strengthen that. There are rumours, as I record this on Tuesday, obviously, the Team of the Week isn't out yet, but by the time you see this, it will be. There are rumours that there might be an informed Lucas Piszczek this weekend, so we might be able to strengthen the Bundesliga team with an informed Lucas Piszczek rather than the normal one, although obviously with these stipulations at the weekend, his price might be slightly inflated, so he might still be out of my price range, but still, I'll try and build the best possible La Liga team that I can. And like I say, we're obviously pretty comfortable with the Bundesliga team we've got at present, so hopefully we can have a better weekend this upcoming one, and we can actually push towards the upper reaches of Gold 2. I'd love just to have my most successful weekend yet in this series. So we've gone 21, we've taken a step backwards to go to 20. I'd love to take a big leap forwards this upcoming weekend, but we will just have to wait and see. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.